I am your host, Lawrence Coutee. I am Rob, Southside Rob. God. I have the lovely, intuitive muse, galactic shaman, goddess butterfly Tracey Clark with me tonight.
Pleasure to be here again.
Always, Queens, always. You bring this energy, you bring a lot of love and a lot of light, and whenever you come into the room, the energy definitely changes. So
thank you.
It's always good to have you here.
Thank you.
Tonight's episode, tonight we're going to be talking about time, past, present, and future, and the power of now. Living in the moment. When we talk about time, you know, it's mighty funny that this weekend is spring. It starts spring, so we're going to do what? We're going to spring forward with the clocks.
Right.
Fall backward, spring forward. Time. 60 seconds in a minute.
Yeah.
60 minutes in an hour.
Yeah.
God created the heavens and the earth 6 days, and on the seventh day, he rested.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
When you make your transition, they bury you 6 feet deep.
Yes, sir.
When you be bad and you go into a jail cell, it's a 6x9.
Yes.
When they carry you, 6 people carry you.
Yeah.
12 jurors, 6 and 6.
Mm.
So why does the 6 keep coming up?
Mm-hmm.
We'll get deep into that a little bit later. But time, how does time affect us? Past, present, and future. How does it affect us? And I think a lot of people go about it and they really don't think about time.
Mm-hmm.
But we all do when we say, man, you know what? The older we get, it seems like time is speeding up. We say that all the time.
Yes.
I know I do. When we were young, we couldn't wait to grow up.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I'm 16. I can't wait till I'm 21.
Right.
Time, but not knowing. I'm telling young people all the time, take your time.
Yes.
Take your time.
Be patient.
Be patient.
Be patient.
Your time is coming.
Yes.
But as we get into the show, because what we're going to do tonight, we're going to go on higher levels. We're going to come down to the mid-range, and we're going to break it down to the common, so the common person can understand it.
Yes.
I think sometimes, Goddess Butterfly, we always got to be careful, because a lot of people watch the show and are just getting into this spirituality
Absolutely.
and this metaphysical stuff.
Absolutely.
And sometimes we be talking about quantum physics and
Yes.
and the vortex energy and the
Like,
third.
what are they talking about? Yes.
So we want to make sure that we break it down for people.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I'm warning myself. I'm killing myself because I know sometimes I can go out there.
Yes, we do that. So
Right. And I know you go.
We're working on it.
Right. We're working
on it. The audience we're working on, and also give us feedback
Yeah,
as well,
most definitely.
so we can focus on topics and things as well, and give people a deeper understanding and understanding about what it is that we're speaking about. So that will be very helpful for us as well.
Indeed.
For you guys to communicate more with us.
We want to hear your feedback. We want to hear about the show. Got a lot of good feedback since we've been going live. People are blown away. You know, the
Wonderful.
graphics and just how clean and professional it looks. So very
so
excited.
exciting.
Where we're about to go.
Wonderful.
And we're just getting started, you guys.
Absolutely.
So we got
the magic is just brewing in the pot.
Yeah,
The pot is stirring.
That's it.
We're adding ingredients.
That's it. You know,
to the magic.
Where we're going to go is there is no limit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But back to the topic.
Yes.
Time. I think that a lot of people don't understand right now where we're at right now in the time. Some people say that this planet has been around for over 14 million years.
Yes.
In evolution. We were talking the other day, and we talked about ancient civilization.
Yes.
When we were talking, we talked about Lemuria.
Yes.
A lot of people know, or we might have heard about the lost city of Atlantis. We always heard about Atlantis, you know what I'm saying? They made a cartoon about it, and people say the lost city of Atlantis, and, you know. But when we talk about time of ancient civilizations, going back to Lemuria and their spiritual systems, they were way advanced.
Way advanced.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the things?
From different things that I have been taught, as well as different experiences I have had spiritually or dimensionally, about ancient civilizations and how these are our ancient ancestors. And a lot of the Lemurian energies and Atlantic energies are us. And this is a part of us that we're higher dimensional beings. And some of us, when you get deeper into the history and you get deeper into the galactic aspect of that, we are galactic beings. As they say, extraterrestrials. We are beings not of this planet.
Wait a minute. Extraterrestrials?
Yes. Okay. So what I mean by that is that a lot of us come from different star systems. And a lot of us decided to come down and incarnate in the earth energies. So when a lot of us decided to come down, we were higher dimensional beings. Of course, we had higher intelligence. And we used the whole aspect of our minds and our beings and our brains. We were deeper connected to spirit. Okay. So we were able to manifest and create things very quickly. So we had, where you think Egypt come from, where you think these huge ancient civilizations that we see now and these wonders of the world, and like, how did these people build this stuff? Right. Like, how is this possible?
Mathematically, it doesn't add up.
It does not add up. They didn't have cranes. Right. They didn't have computers.
And all the slaves that you say they had, they still couldn't move those stones.
It still couldn't move those stones.
Right.
So they had ancient technology, and they had more advanced technology. So what did that had to come from? Somewhere, didn't it?
Right. And I want to stay there because I always have to bounce the Bible.
Yes.
The Biblios Helios.
Biblios Helios
means the sun papers. That's what the word Bible means. Helios, Biblios.
Yes.
The Biblio says, "Let us make man in our image and our likeness." Exactly. They're saying us.
Yes.
Who is the person saying? Who is the us? Now, us is plural. It's not singular.
No, it's not.
It's not saying. It's talking about some people.
Exactly.
And the Sumerian text, we understand that before the Bible, thousands of years, they already had the Sumerian text, and they were talking about the Gilgamesh, these ancient texts, and they were talking about the Lemurian, and they were talking about the Sumerians rather, and they were talking about these beings.
Yes, and the Syrians.
And the Syrians, yes, and the Syrian star system, and how ancient Egypt or Kemet, how that star system lined up with the Great Pyramids of Orion's Belt.
Yes. And all of these are, just as I stated, other planetary dimensions or civilizations that which we come from.
In my father's house are many mansions.
Yes. So we have to get out of the mindset as humans and understand that, yeah, it's possible it's something beyond just this. And why wouldn't it be? You know, if you really begin to go deeper within your knowing and deeper into your truth, you can look at the bottom of the ocean and see it's a whole universe down there.
Within itself.
Within itself. You got creatures that are multicolored beings under the ocean. Where did they come from?
Right.
So it's things that you can take in your mind and go deep within your consciousness. Why? Because it's in your DNA. The remembrance of it is in you. So if you have a thought that this is possible, then it is so. It is possible.
I love what you just said. We're talking about the DNA. We're talking about time and how a trait that you have, you're the daughter of your mother and her mother, and you might not have never met your great-great-grandmother.
Right.
But you'll do something, and your grandmother say, you know what, Mama ought to be.
Used to do that.
Used to stare out the window with her coffee.
Right.
But you ain't never met Big Mama ought to be.
Right.
Why is that?
Because it's in the trait, it's in the memory. Because we are energetic beings, and we're made up of that same consciousness. So when within our DNA, that is a codex, that is information. It's just like a database system. So when you transfer energy, you transfer data.
Right.
So anything your mama did, your daddy did, your great-great-grandmother did. Those traits are within your DNA.
Wow.
So that's how you can say, okay, my great-great-grandfather, he was a teacher, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe it skipped your father.
Right.
Maybe it skipped his brother. But you're the teacher.
Right.
How is this possible?
Right.
Because it's in the DNA. But also, even though that they may not have pursued to be a teacher for, say, teaching a class, they still had the DNA of a teacher. They still had that consciousness of a teacher. So maybe they shared with others,
right,
like a teacher. Maybe they were ministers.
Right.
Maybe they were scientists. Who knows?
Right.
But it's in there. That DNA is in there. That's a certain vibrational frequency that is within your DNA. It's like people that can cook and sew and
it comes natural.
It's a natural memory.
Other people would have to go to school and then have to take all this energy and time, and these people pick up these things because it's in the DNA.
It's in the DNA.
The memory bank.
And now let's go deeper. Our soul has memory. So our soul is all of our life journeys. What does that mean? That means that that's my DNA. That means that that's the memory within my being. That's why some things we can do is remembrance,
right,
of what is within our being that we already have done. How some people, nobody in the family can build stuff. But you're a carpenter. And you just picked up the hammer and picked up the board and started drawing and building. You say, how do I know how to do this? It is innately within my being. How do I know this? Right. Because it's a remembrance that's already in your soul journey. So that could be a past life memory.
Oh, so now we're talking about past life.
Yes.
I got to go back to the Bible. I remember there's a scripture in the Bible that the disciples asked Jesus, they said, Master, who sinned that this man would be born blind? Was it him? Or was it somebody else? And then Jesus was like, neither. So the mere fact that they said, who sinned that he would be born this way, is talking about it could have been him in a past life coming in. And when we talk about past life, it's a phenomenon out there, how an 8-year-old boy, mommy, this is where I died.
Yes.
What are you talking
about? They remember.
Mommy, I died. And the little boy, one story, he worked on airplanes. And he was fascinated with World War II planes. Yes. Make a long story short, they found out that there was a man, he was shot down over the
Knew his name and everything. This boy is 8 years old. What does he know about a World War? But he could go into the plane, tell you what a cockpit, this is how you... He's 8 years old. Yeah. And the soul memory traveled on with him. And it was so interesting. I seen that. And it was interesting because how his family allowed him to be in his truth.
Right.
And that's what happens to a lot of us. A lot of those memories that we have is pushed down within us, and we're not able to be in that truth. They say, oh no, that's not real. You making things up. You're fantasizing.
Well, you know what? We've always experienced that in our communities because we always talk about, that child got an old soul.
Yeah. We know it in our being. Right. We know it.
Right. This baby is acting way more mature. She's 5 years old. One little girl said, I'm your mama. And was talking to her physical mama.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm your mama. I came back. And I came through you. This is phenomenal. But we're going to explore the phenomenon.
Because it's that heavy. But this is what's happening to us. A lot of these as I call them, star seeds, being children that are here now, all of them have these very old souls because they have already been here and they've come back to the planet to do mission work. And they're very high strung, and that's what they call a lot of these kids. The DD, what's this?
I know what you're saying.
The children, DDDs and ADDs.
But the big one is the children that are born with oh man, y'all, it's on the tip of my tongue. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And this was not happening 30 or 40 years ago. These children are being born with, I can't think of the word. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. But we'll get back to that.
Okay. But yeah, just a lot of these different special abilities that these children have, and they're super intelligent, and they're very wise and very, very old-natured, because they have specific missions that they have to do, and they're starting their missions at very young ages. Right. That's why you're seeing 8-year-old kids and 7-year-old kids doing speeches. And it hits you deep in your heart chakra, deep in the heart's truth. And you're like, whoa, did you hear what this little boy just said? Right. Because they have specific missions to do to reactivate the planet and help move the planet to a higher vibration, to its higher consciousness. That's that whole ushering in of that golden age, the golden ray, the golden light energy. Right. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. All that is DNA.
Well, we're talking about this phenomenon. Certain children or people born with gifts, deja vu, time. I haven't been here, but I will tell you that me and you was having this conversation, and I guess this is where we were at, and right when you said that, it triggered it, and it's like we've been here before. Wow. Deja vu. And you can feel it. I mean, a lot of you guys have had it.
Oh, yeah.
When I was young, I used to have it all the time.
Me too. All the time.
Deja vu.
All the time.
That's a phenomenon we have to explore.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times, too, are soul contracts. And a lot of us have those individuals that we have this deep inner connection with, and we know immediately, like, we got to do the work. Like, that's how we were. It was like, you know, I know, that's it.
Right, we don't need to talk about it.
Yeah, it's just known, you know, and it's just like that are those soul contracts that you have when you know you're going to feed me and help me get to my higher vibrational self or my higher consciousness. I'm going to help you get to your higher consciousness, you know, and that's a lot of that deja vu energy as well, because it's so natural. It's a natural, free-flowing energy that happens with you when you're with your soul family, as we say, your soul family. A lot of us are meeting our soul families and meeting people that are in that same frequency or at that same vibration we are. And that's why a lot of us, too, that are on our spiritual journeys, we have that loneliness feeling because we're searching for those soul families. Right. So that has a lot to do with it.
Well, since we're talking, we're on that, twin flames and soulmates. A lot of people, a common thing is a soulmate. What is a twin flame?
A twin flame is, you could say soulmate as well, but a twin flame does not necessarily have to be a lover. You know, some people think, I gotta find my twin flame. I gotta find my man, my wife. Right. Your twin flame could be your best friend. Right. Your twin flame could be your mama and your sister or your brother or whoever. Your twin flames are mirror reflections, and they always show you something within yourself. Either you're changing or you're working on or you're bettering about yourself, and also it shows you the best aspects of who you are, your twin flames, because it's mirror work, you know. And so I want people definitely to understand that when you keep hearing this twin flame stuff and how people get so caught up in the lower aspect of what a twin flame is, and they're in the lower self, they're in the lower chakras and saying, okay, I finally gonna meet my man or meet my woman. I think she my twin flame. We got so much in common. And that's not always the case, you know. So we have to be in our heart's truth about, a lot of times your twin flame will challenge you the most.
Sure, that's what bring it out of you.
Yes, because they're going to make you see the best aspects of your being. They're going to make you see your truth. They're going to call you out on it. Yeah, and they're going to be the mirror of it.
Right, and I want to say this. When we talk about reincarnation of souls, for example, you and I made a pact. We wasn't born in the physical. We were spiritual energy beings. At a certain time, I was going to come through my mother. And you choose your mother.
Absolutely.
You know, you choose your mother, you choose your father. You choose everything about you. Absolutely. You're going to choose your hardships. Yes. Because what you're doing is, you're incarnated down here to ascend. Where you at on a spiritual level, where you were, you're saying, it's nice here. But what about a little further? And the only way you can do this is to come back.
Yes.
So you come back again. But you and I, we made a pact. At a certain time,
Absolutely.
we're going to meet. And we're going to help each other out. I'm going to give you a key. You're going to give me a key. We're going to do this work together.
Exactly.
That was the pact, right?
Yeah. That shows that those are the people you want to ask for. That's that heart's truth when we're searching for that space of saying, I can't wait to meet somebody that's at my level, as some people say, or I can't wait to meet somebody that's at my vibration. That's your soul family you're calling out for. Because you know those people are going to help you see the best aspects of yourself. They're going to acknowledge it. They're going to call you out on the things you need to focus on, you need to work on, you know. And that's that unconditional love. And it's through a certain high vibration of love. It's so pure. And you can receive it so well. Because you know it's truth.
Right.
You know. And there's no false intention behind it. So that's how you really, really know as well when you're meeting your soul family in your twin flames.
And I love where we're at right in the conversation, because we're talking about right now what's going on the planet, energy-wise. And again, y'all, what we're saying are concepts. They are deeper hitting meanings of a lot of the things that you might have not heard before, but are starting to come out. Oh, we're in the new age. So that's new age talk you guys are doing. But how we started out, it's like this stuff has been around from centuries.
From the time we took a deep breath.
Right.
From the time we breathed life on this planet.
Right.
We came here with it.
And what we're remembering now, in this time.
And we're remembering. We're in the remembrance.
Yeah. Remember to bring parts back together.
Yes.
Religion, realign.
Yes. And that is all the whole aspect of ascension. This is how we get to ascend.
Right. In
the remembrance. The remembrance is remembering that I am a divine being that incarnated on this planet to have a experience, or to have, as we call, life school.
Right on.
To have this experience. So, just as you stated, this is when we began to take responsibility. We say, I chose my father. I chose my mother.
Right.
I chose my siblings. I chose all of this. I chose the hurt.
Sure.
I chose the pain, the disappointment. No matter how ugly it is, no matter how foul it is, no matter. You chose it. Why? Because your being is strong enough to move past it and get the lesson in it and find your value and your self-worth and your passion and your purpose in it. Because a lot of people, through pain, they find their passion.
Sure. The tragedy becomes the triumph.
Yeah. You know, it's like, oh, I was abused. I was, some people say, oh, I was abused. I was molested. I was this, I was that. What happens? Well, your passion, that pain, all of that turned into you being a counselor.
Right.
Turned you to be a public speaker for battered women or abused men and whatever. All these things are for our highest good.
Right.
Even if it's so bad that we can't even begin to function in it.
Right.
But you do get past it.
Sure.
You do get past it. And that's all about that whole aspect of getting deeper into understanding that whole, what we call ascension process. And then that's when you get deeper into understanding my sacred self and understanding deeper into your chakras and understanding, as they call, the Jacob's ladder.
Right.
And understanding that this is why this is this way and that way. And then taking responsibility for it, and then being able to go deeper and releasing those things that no longer serve you, and those thought patterns and those programs and all of those things, and filling yourself back up with that divine light and love, and start healing thyself in those deeper aspects. And we'll get so much mystery school knowledge in that, where we just have to get kind of dig off in there and just give people little bitty tools at a time to begin to get a deeper understanding about it. Well, they gotta consciously understand it. Then they can get deeper into, the spiritual aspect of it to heal.
And I think that when we talk about time and how we just went over the time that we're in now, that these gifts are coming online, the planet is shifting. revolution, turmoil. And these things are not a bad thing, because we understand as spiritual beings that the old system must fall.
Yes.
Behold, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. And I think that we get caught up in thinking that it's doom and gloom and the world is going to hell. But at the same time, this is what has to take place.
Yes.
And I want to point out, before you get ready to go to break, that whoever you call it, the powers that be, the whatever, they understand time.
Absolutely.
And that's why they have to control time in the matrix. That's why they have to control time and keeping you distracted. What the president's doing. Housewives of Atlanta. Video games.
Oh my God.
The synthetic drug. You understand what I'm saying? Lower vibrational things. As they say, give them the games. And when Rome was burning, they started the Colosseums, because we want, and the games are now football. Because it's the Colosseums, it's the same thing.
Absolutely.
So the control matrix knows that it's working on a limited amount of time, and as long as they can keep you dumbed down with the music, keep you vibrating on lower frequency with the food, and you're looking down at your phone, you're not looking at the stars.
Never.
In the heavens.
They forgot about it. Guys, look up. Look up and sit your butt on the ground.
Right. Reconnect. Tune out and tune in.
Yes.
Tune in and tune out.
Yes.
Right.
Cut the phone off sometimes. Cut the television off sometimes.
Right.
You know, get in that stillness, you know, in that quietness, so you can hear yourself.
Because what's going on again is that the masters of this world controls time. And that's why they said time at a 6 digit. Behold, let us count the number of the man for the number of the beast, 606. Going back to those sixes that I talked about at the beginning of the show. But we know on a higher consciousness that 666 is the number of man. For 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. When you have 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, you have an atom.
Yes.
An ATOM, not an ADAM.
Yes.
And let's split that into a single cell organism, and let's take this and make 2.
Yes.
I know, y'all, that was heavy.
That was awesome.
You can rewind it. But that's
research.
Yeah, research. A lot of research, a lot of Google. So that's where we're at. Before we go to break, I just want to recap a little bit, and we'll recap again. Time. We're talking about time tonight.
Yes.
Past, present, future.
Yes.
And the power of now.
The power of now.
Power of now. When we come back, we're going to get into the power of now. But the last thing I would say before we get ready to go to break is that something's happening right now.
Absolutely.
In the power of now.
Absolutely.
A lot of things going on up there.
Absolutely.
Eclipses. I think it's going to be the second one in 2017. Comets and stuff.
Comets, so we're getting activated.
NASA said they found other planets that's like Earth that can.
They said 5 or 7 super planets. Yeah, super Earth. They call them super Earth.
So all of this stuff is happening to the heaven celestial. As above, so below. As within, so without.
Absolutely.
On Earth, even as it is in heaven. So you have to study this celestial.
Have to.
The macrocosm, that type of stuff.
Absolutely.
I know I'm speaking your language.
Yes, I'm so happy. I'm so excited you're speaking my language.
I know I'm speaking your language. But again, we're at a good place, really.
We are absolutely this is the most amazing time to be alive on this planet. Is to be in this space and to watch it shift and allow Great Mother continue to shift and balance and recalibrate this planet, this live organism.
Yes. Because she's alive.
Yes. And watch her shift and move and rebalance. And we have to remember, as Mother shifts, moves, and rebalance, we shift, move, and rebalance. So this is what's happening to us. So this is what we get deeper into, that aspect of ascension, and getting deeper to understanding that I'm purging, I'm releasing, I'm reprogramming. That don't serve me. I don't want that.
Right.
I don't like that anymore. That hurts my ears.
You changed. You changed.
Yeah.
You changed.
Absolutely.
Change is good.
Change is great. Change is great. We won't change.
We won't change.
We can't continue to be the way. This is why it seems so chaotic as of what they're showing us. Because the earth is purging, the earth is shifting, the earth is changing. But they're not showing us how much love is being felt on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
How many people's hearts are opening. That showed you, as people that follow the politics and follow the marches, just look beyond the pain or the fighting, the chaos, and look at the love frequency of it. Look at the unity of how people are coming together and giving each other unconditional love and acceptance and watching how we are all human. And making people realize that I have a son, I have a daughter, I have a father, I have a mother. I gotta eat, you gotta eat.
Sure.
We gotta take care of each other. And people are getting in that high vibration of that consciousness. This is unconditional love. When turns means what? Releasing judgment.
No doubt.
Yeah. So the planet is moving to this. It might not seem like it, but it's happening.
Right. And I think that's why it's so important for this forum to be on, and others, because we're not the only one doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But this conversation, it needs to be taking place because a lot of people, again, are coming out of institutionalized religions, coming out of different dogmas, and they're looking for this information, they're looking for the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And like you always say, the light workers are here, the shamans are here, the healers are here.
Yes, we're here.
And when we come back, I want to talk about the pain and letting go of the past.
Mm-hmm.
And starting to live in the moment.
Absolutely.
That's why I want to know when we come back.
Absolutely, yes.
All right. With that being said, you're listening to Whole Mind, Body, and Soul. You're watching this podcast live. We're going to get into the vibration of music and sound, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Whole Mind, Body, and Soul, and we'll be right back. We're back on Whole Mind, Body, and Soul. I got the lovely co-host, Goddess Butterfly, Tracey Clark is here with me tonight. We're talking about time. Past, present, and future, and using the power of now.
Yes.
So the first half, we talked about ancient civilizations. We talked about past lives, times trapped in past lives.
Yes.
We went way out there.
We went way out there.
Way out there. So I want to talk about now, Goddess Butterfly, the past.
Mm-hmm.
Why is there so much pain? Or when you're doing your work and clients come to you for work, and do you find a lot of people are stuck in the past and the pains?
Absolutely. What happens is when people get stuck and they feel like they can't move on or they can't let go, it's about acceptance. And a lot of people get stuck in that space of acceptance. Why? Because they're in fear. And when I help people begin to realize that they're holding a space for fear and they're creating the reality within their life, and that's why it continues and it continues, because that fear thought pattern or that fear perception of how you are digesting everything in your life from that space of pain, you energetically keep recreating the energy, which that's when it becomes very difficult for them to move forward in their life until you're able to help them identify what the seed is. Because sometimes they don't know, because you get so far gone. And then you get so far gone in the pain and in the fear that everything else that stacks in your life, then the victimization comes.
Wow.
And then everything is against me.
Sure.
Don't nobody love me.
Right.
Don't nobody care about
Can't catch a break.
I can't catch it. This happens to me. My daddy died, and after my daddy died, my world went crazy.
I don't got nobody.
I ain't got nobody.
Yeah.
You see? And then it starts the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And then they stay stuck. It's a cycle. And then until they get pulled back, as you say, time. The remembrance of when that took place, when that seed was planted, or when that first injection of pain happened to them. They pull back into that space, and I help them see it. Like, this happened to you because you never accepted your father passed.
Right.
Or you never accepted that you were not able to converse with your father, or whatever the situation may be, or a lover, or a mother, it does not matter.
Right.
That you have to get to a space of what? Forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to forgive yourself first. And then you're able to talk to that person. That person can have transition, or that person can be very present today, but you still holding those pain patterns from what that person did to you or said to you, or whatever the situation may be. So when you get into a space of forgiving self first, meaning you're holding unconditional love and compassion for yourself, meaning I'm going to respect the way that I feel and stop dumbing it down,
right,
and stop deadening it down, you know, which causes what? Addiction, which causes lower vibrational patterns, meaning that's when people start promiscuous, all types of things, but they're feeding pain.
Sure. The root of
it is the pain. So they have to understand that I'm still feeding this pain of this particular thing that happened to me that has caused certain fear patterns in my life.
Well, let me ask you this, because people would say it's easier for someone to live in the past because they don't have to put no responsibility of what they should be doing right now.
Exactly, and that's what it leads to.
Right.
That's why you got to go back and get the seed, because then once you get that seed, you're able to identify it. In turn, you're able to forgive yourself for holding yourself or judging yourself in it.
Right.
You know, and then that way you're able to, okay, I can release that, I can accept that, I've done that, I've created this in my life. Now this no longer serves me. This is when you move forward. Then you get to the place of, this no longer serves me. Why is this not serving me? Because this is not for my highest good. I'm not grabbing the things and pulling the resources in and being in that space of projecting my visions and my destiny and having fulfillment within my life, because I'm not holding on to the pain like I was. So now I can see clearer, you know.
Right.
And then this is when the different steps come, and that has everything to do when you're working with the chakras and the energy. You have the awareness of what that's coming from and where I'm stagnated at in my life, and why I'm stagnated there, and why am I holding this in my root. Now I got back problems, and I got knee problems, and I got this problem, and I got diabetes, or I got whatever. But those patterns created that, right? Depression leads to you eating low frequency food.
Right.
Or having low frequency relationships.
Sure.
All these different things. It's a pattern, but it has a seed. All of it has a seed. So that is that learning how to release the past and moving forward. So we have to identify what that pain body is to be able to push through it.
Right. And I want to emphasize, even when I'm working with my students, the first thing I have to do before I can work with you, I need to know what your childhood was like. I need to know your trauma.
Yes.
Because I can't even, you know what I'm saying, I can give you all this esoteric and metaphysical.
It does not matter.
It doesn't matter. And I think that a lot of things we do in our communities, or just in general society, we sweep a lot of that stuff under the rug.
Absolutely.
But we don't understand that how much the past affects us in the now.
Exactly.
And if it's affecting us in the now, then the future is going to be chaos, and because
you're going to keep recreating that same reality.
Exactly.
It's just going to constantly keep folding. It's like regurgitating it. Whoa. It's the same energy, same frequency. That's just like how some people have a family of a people. Everybody was an alcoholic.
Sure.
And nobody stopped and said, I can't do this no more. Like breaking the cycle.
It runs in my family. I talked about that. It runs in my family. Oh, diabetes runs in my family. Right. You're claiming something.
Yeah.
Why can't you say, you know what? It might run in family. It don't run in me.
It don't run in me. That's not mine. But that is taking the responsibility.
Wow. Yeah.
It's the same frequency. It's the same thing. Because then you're releasing that victimized mind of saying, it run in my family. So what, now you giving it the right to be?
Right. Justifying the power. You give it the power.
Yeah. And then now I'm going to have the same behaviors
sure.
that my family had.
Because it runs in the family.
That created
and we expect it. Yeah, when we expect
exactly.
it. Mm-hmm.
And then this is why I tell everyone, live in your truth. Because people, even in that, brother, when somebody, family, and you start doing different,
mm-hmm.
they start judging you.
You changed.
You changed.
Yeah.
Why you don't eat meat no more?
Right.
Why you don't do this?
What
you juicing for?
Right.
What's that?
Right.
I'm not drinking that green stuff. All these things,
sure,
right?
Fun picking up.
These, yeah, but I tell people stand in your truth,
mm-hmm.
and don't allow judgment and creating guilt within yourself because they don't understand you and
right.
they can't relate to you. In turn, sometimes that causes people to go in.
Sure.
They shut in. And they don't share themselves. Then what happens? Then you can't share your beauty. You can't share. This is what it's like to be healthy, Mom.
Right. Expression.
Dad.
Can't even express yourself.
You don't have to have diabetes.
Sure.
You can be like this.
Right. Because you're there to teach them.
Exactly.
But you're the child. You're not supposed to be teaching the parent.
Right. But again, we choose our parents, don't we?
We do.
So sometimes we choose them to come through for them to teach them.
Ooh, that's deep.
Yeah. Sometimes it's that way. That a lot of us teach our parents. And that's okay.
That's okay.
And that's the agreement.
Sure. At a certain time.
At a certain time. That's why some parents say, that's my love child. They teach me how to love. Everybody has an assignment.
To do.
Yeah. So that's me. You have to be mindful of that. What's my role in my family? Am I the one that's going to heal my family and get them off, heart medicine, whatever, high blood pressure, whatever it is.
Teaching them how to love.
Am I going to teach them just how to love themselves?
Right. Because you can't love yourself, you can't love anyone.
No. So all of us have a job to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to get out of this reality of this imagery of this reality show type. Like, I got to be a big movie star. I got to be
look like this. I got to drive this type of car.
Sometimes it's just about you healing your people.
Yeah.
Or giving them so much love that they never receive.
Right.
Right. And helping them see their truth and see who they really are. So it's different aspects of us.
I think that again, we live in the past so much. Mm-hmm. We listen to, I think we mentioned this earlier, listening to the music, the same love songs.
and think you're going to get a different result.
Because music will trap you in a time, whether it's a positive thing, oh man, that used to be the jam back in the day, or the sad song, it traps you in time because I remember when. Because it takes you back. That's how powerful music is. Music is powerful. We're going to do a whole thing.
We got to do a whole thing on the vibration frequency of music.
But just the fact that music will take you back, that sad song or that happy song, it will still take you back in time because it was produced at that time and it takes you back to that time. So, I want to say this, and I think that everybody needs to understand this, and this is very important. People suffer from depression. All the time. And I know the clients you work with. I'm working with someone right now. I'm trying so hard to get to them, but they're in such a cloud right now. But if you, I'm going to say this to the camera, if you are suffering depression, you're living in the past.
Absolutely.
If you are suffering from anxiety, you're living in the future. You're worried about something that's going to happen, and I'm anxious. Oh,
yes. Create a false reality. It ain't even happened yet. You just living it like it's happening.
It's already happened in your mind.
Yes.
So past, you're depressed. You're living in the past. It's okay. Move on. Let it go. Let go.
Let go.
Let go.
Let go. They say let go, let God.
Let go and let God. Let go and let God. Past, present. No, past, future, because you're anxious about something, you're worried about something, and now we're going to give you the power of living in the moment.
Yes, in the now.
In the now.
presence, to be present in your now. And I think we were talking about how, we were speaking about yesterday, how you can have a dream and you're so anxious to get there, and you I want to drive this and do this and woo, and you work yourself to death and you can't breathe because you're always focused on getting to the top of the stair when you're missing the steps,
right.
Which eliminates anxiety,
sure,
and which allows you to be in the moment and be in the present now and enjoy it. Right? We forget to enjoy moments in time.
Sure.
Because we're so busy trying to get to this big dream I created. Right? I drew the picture out. I put the pictures on the wall. I did my, what they call you,
the affirmations and
the
affirmation
vision board. I did my vision board, and now I'm working so hard. I'm trying to get. You already created it.
Sure.
You envisioned it. Now allow yourself to take the steps.
Sure.
Because what happens is you build yourself to prepare yourself for the vision.
Right.
And for the destiny, the mission, whatever, however you want to state it. Mm-hmm. But you're preparing yourself at those levels of steps. So when you're able to be in the now moment, you're able to see yourself. You're able to congratulate yourself.
Right.
You're able to be proud, just loving yourself, just like, man, I did that.
Right.
Like, oh my God. It gets hype and get excited. What happens? You open up your heart center. Then what happens? So you focus in the direction. Then what happens? You allow all the resources and all the people and all the things to line up.
Right.
Go to the next step.
Right.
And like enjoy the steps. So that's what to me will allow us to be able to give ourselves permission to be happy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Give ourselves permission to receive love and to be able to be observant and watch it, what's happening in our lives, without creating anxiety and creating judgment of self. I don't have this, I don't have that.
Right.
Looking like I want to get here, but man, how I'm gonna get here? They ride, they rolling this, they doing this, they balling, they however you want to say it. But you have to get to a point of being in your now moment, mm-hmm. and allowing yourself and congratulating yourself for that, because you were not that 2 months ago.
That's right. You changed. Yeah.
You wasn't that 2 months. Your thought process can change overnight.
That's right. In the twinkle of an eye.
Yeah. So you have to allow yourself and congratulate yourself. Say, oh, that no longer serves me. Oh, I don't do that anymore.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
I'm growing.
Yeah.
Because you can't get to your destiny. How many people have gotten to those points very quickly, and on that road they get so much disturbance and chaos?
Why is that?
And nothing. Because they're not being patient. They're not being in allowance. Because we all have the power of will, and we can will things in our space, mm-hmm. and we can take things. If we're in the lower aspect of creating something, mean materializing something, and we say by any means necessary.
Right.
And I'm going to, say for instance, take this next step, and whoever comes as a resource will come my way, I'm going to do X, Y, Z to get X, Y, Z.
By any means necessary.
So what does that mean? That means you may sacrifice your truth. That means you may sacrifice your innocence. Right. You may sacrifice your word.
Yeah.
You may not be as trustworthy anymore because you would do anything to get anything.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just to get to this next point. Or you may pull people in your life that really don't need to be there, but evidently, this is when we go to choices.
Mm-hmm.
You must have needed it because you didn't get your lesson. Because you didn't understand your worthiness.
And it shows up.
And it shows up. And it's going to teach you.
One way or another.
One way or the other. It's going to teach you.
Sure.
Because you didn't allow yourself to be patient enough to stay at your right frequency and keep your vibration. So you say, okay, well, I'm going to deter off. And it's not a judgment thing for self. Let me say this. A lot of us do that and we start judging ourselves and then we fall by the wayside. Allow yourself to have the experience.
Ooh.
Still be in the present now.
Wow. Wow.
Still be in it. That's taking responsibility for my choice.
Right.
Same thing as say you single, okay? And ladies, gentlemen, say you're single and you say, I'm not going to mess with anybody because I'm going to wait on my queen or my king or whatever, or somebody that deserves me, that honors me, respects me, whatever. As my brother stated, you hear that song on the radio.
Right. Uh-oh, here we go.
What happens? Your root chakra get turned all up.
Yeah, man.
The sacral get turned all up. And you like, man, I'm so lonely. I'm bored. I need something. I need to get it.
I'm horny.
I'm horny.
Yeah.
I need to hit something.
Sure.
I need to release something. You know, we do that, and that's our human nature. But what happens? We reject backwards. Or we go get somebody that we know. They all right in bed.
We're going back to the past, though,
Again. They all right in bed. I'm going to go visit.
Right. Go creep.
You go do your creep.
Right.
And then you think you're going to get a different result. It's like, what? No, you already know what the creep is.
But that's insanity. You said doing the same thing, expecting a different result is the definition.
But it's a temporariness.
Yeah, fix.
It's a fix. But what happens, you go get your fix, and then you come home and you judge yourself in it.
Yeah, now why did I do that?
Why did I do that?
Why did
Oh my God,
right.
I can't move forward. Then you're like, man, I'm not going. Then you go on this whole pity trip.
You go to guilt.
You go to guilt.
Yeah.
You go to guilt. Instead of saying, I accept it.
Sure, I did.
I did that.
Right.
It's all good.
Right.
You know, I know why I did it. Now I can talk to myself and say, now you know you need to value yourself a little bit more.
Sure.
And you know you need to be patient.
Sure.
And be in your allowance and do something else different instead of going back over there, because you know that's not really going to serve you.
Right.
But that's the lesson. So okay, I had to take that lesson. Let me read. Let me get past and step to the next one.
Move on. Yeah.
Yeah, but we can't be in that space of judgment and in guilt and shame, thinking that we're gonna continue to move and grow, elevate, and ascend in our consciousness. Mm-hmm. Meaning you keep moving out of those lower chakras of self and moving deeper into your heart's truth, and you're able to see very clearly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say this. Living in the moment, living in the present. Quantum physics, science, says that the universe is expanding.
Yes.
Because of dark matter. Google it.
Google it. Google it.
Dark matter. They don't understand what this dark matter is. In your Bible, it said that God hid himself in the darkness. In the darkness. Before there was light, there was darkness. Right. And I think that we have to understand spiritually and metaphysically that everything has a polar opposite. There would be no good if there was no evil, as you call it. There would be no love if it was hate. Exactly. Everything is duality.
Exactly.
But when we talk about time, we're talking about physics as saying that we are creating our reality through our consciousness.
Yes.
So if we're living in the moment, and with how you live in the moment is to monitor your thoughts,
yes,
and project your greater good, see it from the end result. Again, it'll never be your destination. Mm-hmm. It will always be the journey.
Yes.
So you're not trapped in the past. You're not depressed.
Exactly.
You're not anxious about and worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. Am I going to get this? Not focused on that. You're in the moment.
Yes.
And how you be in the moment is in meditation. You still the mind. And you begin to create your being, your best. What is the best version of yourself?
Of yourself, yeah.
Can you imagine the best version of yourself? What do you look like?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living? What brings you joy?
Yes.
Where do you live at? What gets you up in the morning? Mm-hmm. What is your purpose? Mm-hmm. If you can vision that and see that for yourself and realize I'm deserving and I am worthy of that. Because a lot of y'all don't believe y'all are worthy.
That's the thing.
Self-love, neglect, living in the past, talking about time. If you will learn to live in the moment, the power of the moment, because what you're doing is you are creating reality.
Absolutely.
So why are you having anxiety about tomorrow if you're seeing it and you're visualizing it and you know it's coming?
You know that you know.
And you know that you know. You don't believe. You know. We pass belief.
You just in the know.
We know. Watch it show up. Watch it manifest. And we can do the affirmations and we can do the meditations. We can do the healings. These are tools.
Absolutely.
And we have the tools.
We have the tools.
But you have to have the basis to understand quantum physics. It ain't me. Your Bible is saying, it is done unto you as you believe.
As you believe.
The kingdom of heaven is within.
That's right.
Where is the kingdom of heaven at? It's within. So when we start talking about these 7 gates, and these 7 heavens, and these 7 mansions, we're talking about the 7 chakras in your body.
That's right.
Because who's the temple? Ye are the temple.
Ye are the temple. That's right, brother.
That's what it is, y'all. Past, present, and future. And the power of now. There's so much going on right now. Fear. False experiences appearing real.
Yes.
Distractions. Don't be distracted of what's going on right now.
Absolutely.
How important it is to live in the moment. As we get ready to wrap up, and I want you to plug what's going on with you. But as we get ready to close, how important it is to just live in the moment and not let fear, countering fear, replacing it with love.
Countering fear is accepting yourself. Accepting yourself. Accepting your true heart's intention about everything you feel. When you speak your truth, you can release a lot of fear.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're not judging yourself. You're not in judgment. And as long as you continue to go deeper into yourself, I believe, and speak your heart's truth, your heart's intention, and speak it clearly, and speak it with love, not from the lower aspect of yourself, from the highest aspect of yourself. Meaning, when I'm speaking from love, I'm speaking from a place of service.
Yeah.
Okay? I know that whatever my destiny is, whatever my purpose is, I'm speaking in service, in serving something. If I'm creating it, whatever it is, you're serving. So that is, I feel, one of the best ways to begin to release fear is to speak your heart's truth.
Yeah.
And then from there, you're able to even go deeper into yourself, and you're opening blocks and releasing blocks and things of that nature. So the first thing I would say is say what's on your mind.
Yeah. And the older we get, we just
say what's on your mind.
I didn't understand grandmama why
she say what's on your mind, what's on your heart.
And she be talking raw too.
Yeah, what's in your heart. Say what's in your heart. That way you can speak it forth and you can see it. Because if you keep it bottled up inside of your being, it's going to fester and create something. Why? Because it's energy. It has to do something.
Right.
So it's going to fester and stay within your being because you're not speaking your truth, whatever that may be. Okay? It's going to create something within your being which causes dis-ease.
This is stagnant energy.
You know? And the more that you hold that within, that dis-ease becomes fear. It's fear. It's all the same thing. Woo, we got a incense fire. It all becomes the same thing. That stagnation of fear or unacceptance, whatever the case may be. But different tools, as you stated, to be able to go deeper into seeing your fear is write down what it is that you really want. As you say, see it forth.
Right.
Who are you? What do you look like?
Right.
What are you doing every day?
Sure.
How are you going to do that? And you can create those tools from there and then get deeper into the healing work. You can begin your process there. Ask yourself those questions. What am I really afraid of? Why am I afraid of that?
Right.
Why am I afraid to talk to people about my feelings? And you can say, oh, because my daddy didn't accept me.
Sure.
Or my mama didn't nurture me enough. Or whatever. You got to go deeper into yourself and see yourself's truth to be able to begin to release the fear.
Right.
You know, to start shifting those different things, and then again, bringing in those tools, using affirmations. I am grounded in my truth.
Yeah.
I move in my destiny.
Yeah.
I'm the vibration of divine source.
Right.
You start pulling these energies within yourself, and then you start shifting your being with those different tools.
I love it. Power of the tongue. Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee. Command you me.
Yes.
What is thou you have me to do? I love that one. God is telling you what do you want me to do?
Yes.
You tell me
Speak
what you
it
want
out.
me to do. Yeah.
Speak it forth.
Yeah. The beginning was the Word, and the Word was, and the Word is.
And that's saying that's the power of what you're speaking forth. Are you speaking your heart's truth?
Right.
So whatever you speak is, so shall it is. So if you're speaking pain, disease, sadness, fear,
come on.
That's your reality.
It is done unto you as you believe.
This is your reality. So now we're in that space of, in this time of ascension. Let me just say this very quickly. We are in this space now of acknowledging. We're acknowledging the deep levels of pain that we're holding within our beings. This stuff is coming up. And as it continues to come up, you're able to keep identifying this energy and being able to start to separate yourself from the pain. So this is why a lot of us are going deeper and deeper and deeper within. And as we keep going deeper and deeper within, we're identifying. And as we identify, we can start changing it. Right? And also, that's when the remembrance comes. Right? Now I remember why I do this. Now I remember why that happened to me. Oh, that did happen to me when I was little. Oh, is that why I don't trust anybody? We're remembering.
Yeah.
So as you continue to remember and start to purge these things, understand that these are just different layers of you that are shedding off of you. Don't become in fear because you're remembering the pain.
Right.
Allow yourself to remember the pain so you can identify it. That way you can change it. That way you can start interjecting meditations. This is where you start interjecting the divine light, the golden rays, and all these different energies and tools that are available to us to start burning things out.
Yes. Well, man, that a lot of information.
Yes.
Some of these shows can be part 1, part 2, part 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, it is. Man, what's going on with you? You know, I always gotta ask.
Oh yes. I've been making products. I've been making a lot of DNA products, activating the DNA, like doing DNA bath salts to activate you after attunements and sessions, and cleaning the auric fields, and doing sugar scrubs with anatomic gold.
I'm cutting off. They nice.
Yes.
She gave me one last time.
It's this high vibrational energy that's throwing a little something different in it, like using anatomic gold and crystals and stones to activate it, and sacred prayers and sacred geometry to activate these elements that I'm using to assist in the ascension process. Also, I have some workshops I'm going to be having on this, the 17th? Is that the 17th?
Coming up.
17th is coming up, yeah. I'm going to have a meetup, and we're going to get deep into the ascension. Like, what is ascension? And get into the different levels of ascension. And giving people those deeper understandings in that, and then utilizing the different tools and get deep into the activations of it. So a lot of things are coming. Also, I would say by the summer, we're going to have a Reiki classes starting and start getting some people certified. And just a lot of things. I'm going to start some telenars, the teleconference things and classes online. So we're going to really create a presence and be able to give more to the community and give more people out there that's not in the Dallas-Fort Worth area to be able to pull those resources and push them out on the intranet.
Right on. So, how can you be reached for those who want to reach you?
You can reach me at my website, themariposasgarden.com. Or you may reach me on Facebook, Mariposas Garden. Or you can reach me, Goddess Butterfly on Facebook. Google Plus, Mariposas Garden.
Right.
Just Google me and you will see it.
That's how you know somebody moving, baby.
Yes.
Google
and
me.
Let me say, I do have distant services. So you don't have to be here for me to work on you. I have, we can do distant Reiki. We can do our sacred geometry, our spiritual readings online, on Facebook. So I am available to you. And just because you're not in Dallas doesn't mean I can't touch you.
That's right.
So,
you trying to touch me.
Yeah, so we have the distant healing and the counseling and all of those things available for you online. So just look me up, or you can go to Mariposas Garden at GenBook, GENBOOK.com, and schedule you an appointment. And I'll get with you soon.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Time, past, present, future, living in the moment, in the power of now. I'm sure we'll come back and revisit this.
Yes, we will be revisiting this.
We probably didn't.
Absolutely.
Some other things could have came through.
Yes.
With that being said, my final thoughts is, like I always say, you're right where you need to be. Not living in the past. Yesterday is gone. Yes. Tomorrow is not here. Live in the moment. Yes. Smile. Love. Springtime is upon us.
Absolutely.
Go out here. Mother Earth is coming back alive. She's blooming. This is the time to be outside, riding the bike, riding the motorcycles, if that's what you guys do.
Yes.
Being in the sun, getting some getting some rays.
Yes.
You know what
Get
I'm saying?
that golden light.
Get the golden light that God's butterfly always talking about. Get out there, do your yoga, do your qigong.
Yeah.
Get into your energy. You know what I'm saying? And feel the vibration. There's a lot of stuff going on, y'all. Stay tuned. What we got going on in the city, what we got going on as far as the show. I would like to thank everyone who's been supporting the show. I'd like to thank everyone that's tuning in, hearing a lot of great feedback. And again, we're just getting started with the live show.
Absolutely. We got retreats coming.
Yeah, retreats coming.
Retreats are coming.
Seminars, man. Yeah. I mean, and everything that we talked about is starting to manifest. So, like I tell y'all all the time, y'all don't have to believe in it. If you just listen to us and just try some of the stuff we say.
Some of it.
You'll see your life begin
to transition.
Yes. And
transforming thyself.
That's right. That's right. Transformation. That's what this life is all about. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, you guys, I thank you again for tuning in. And I'm gonna say this. Tune out and tune in. And tune in and tune out. Tune out the foolishness. Tune out the low vibrational stuff. Mm-hmm. Tune into the inner spirit. Tune into what's going on. Sometimes get off the TV. Get off the Facebook and social media. Meditate. Like I said, go out and get some of this energy. Yeah. Because this is a very exciting time. There's nothing to be afraid of. Change is good. And you're part of the change. Like I always say, if you're here, if something brought you to this show, then you're right where you need to be in this time.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, I'm going to leave you how I greeted you, with love, peace, and light. We'll see y'all same time, same channel. We're watching Whole Mind, Body, and Soul.
Namaste.
Peace, love, and light.
Une plaie d'étrange infectieux. Je ne sais pas eu le temps en...
You have been listening to the Get Global Network podcast of Whole Mind, Body, and Soul, hosted by Lawrence Coutee. You can hear Whole Mind, Body, and Soul Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific Time on YESSURR FM, one of the original member stations of the Get Global Network. Listen to YESSURR FM and other member stations of the Get Global Network on the go by installing any of the Get Global Network apps like So Metro Magazine, Grassroots Salute, Agtown Nation, or Big Red Radio Nation for your cell phone. The apps are available for download on both Google Play and iTunes app stores. Take the time to subscribe to our podcast via iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, or the Spreaker Podcast Network.